Hi, my loves. Welcome back. I felt really called to sit down and do this reading because I know a lot of us are feeling the weight of what's happening in the world right now. The headlines have been intense, emotions are running high, and when global conflict starts unfolding in real time, it's natural for people to feel fear, uncertainty, and even helplessness. So instead of looking at the news today, I wanted to turn to spirit and ask our angels and our ancestors what guidance they have for us as a collective. In this reading, we're going to explore 5 things: the messages of comfort that they want us to hear right now, the strength that is rising in humanity, even when we can't see it yet, what guidance they have about moving forward, what guidance they have about moving towards peace, what outcome we should keep our focus on in the coming weeks, and finally, the message Spirit wants each of us to carry in our hearts if we're feeling overwhelmed. As always, my loves, remember that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates with your heart and leave anything that doesn't. And if you're ever interested in a private reading from me, I offer them through my Etsy shop. The readings are detailed just like what you see here. You can find the link in the pinned comment below and in the video description. If you visit my Etsy shop, you'll be able to read through the reviews others have left. Okay, loves, let's slow down together, take a breath, and see what our angels and ancestors want us to understand right now. What message of comfort and reassurance do our angels and ancestors want the collective to receive right now amid all this global conflict? We received Shield Maiden, Make Plans and Focus. Elder, Healing Through the Lineage. And Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. Okay, as I sit with this first question, the energy immediately slows down. It feels like Spirit is stepping in and asking everyone to take a breath before reacting to everything that's happening in the world. The Shield Maiden comes forward first, and what I'm feeling is that strength right now doesn't come from panic or constant reaction. It comes from focus. There's a lot of noise, a lot of emotion, and a lot of information moving around very quickly. But the message here is to stay centered and intentional. The Shield Maiden protects by being prepared, by staying steady, not by letting fear scatter her attention. Then the Elder steps in, and the feeling becomes very grounding. The ancestors are reminding us that humanity has moved through difficult moments before. Generations before us have lived through war, uncertainty, and times when the future felt unclear. And yet life continued, communities endured, and wisdom was passed forward. The Elder carries that memory, the reminder that resilience runs through our lineage. And then the Hermit closes the message in a very gentle way. This isn't a call to withdraw from caring about the world. It's a reminder that constant exposure to fear and conflict can exhaust your spirit. And Spirit is encouraging people to step back when they need to. Turn down the noise, recharge, and find the quiet moments to reconnect with your own inner light. The reassurance here is simple but powerful. Stay focused. Remember the strength of those who came before you, and give yourself the quiet it needs so that you don't lose yourself in the chaos. Spirit, what strength or resilience is rising in the collective, even if we can't see it yet? We were given She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. Witch, Be the Light. And Mountains, Stand Your Ground. As I sit with this, the energy shifts from comfort to empowerment. There's something awakening here. The she-wolf energy feels instinctual, like people beginning to trust their inner voice again. When systems feel unstable or confusing, instinct becomes important. The she-wolf doesn't wait for permission to protect her pack. She listens to what she feels and acts with courage and clarity. The witch comes in next, and it feels like illumination. Even in dark moments, there are people choosing to be the light for others. People who are speaking the truth, offering help, supporting their communities, and refusing to let fear be the only energy guiding decisions. The witch represents awareness, the ability to see what's happening while still choosing to bring wisdom and compassion into the situation. And then mountains appear. And this card feels very steady. Mountains reminds us of endurance. They don't move easily, even when storms pass over them. Spirit is showing that beneath the surface, the collective is becoming more grounded. People are recognizing their value, recognizing what truly matters, and standing firm in that. The resilience rising right now is quiet but powerful because people are remembering their instincts, choosing to be lights for one another, and learning how to stand steady even when the world feels uncertain. What guidance do our angels and ancestors have for how the world can move towards peace or de escalation from here? We received a moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Lord, take charge with authority. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Sky Father, trust in the unknown. And Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. As I asked the question, the energy became very reflective. The moon appears first, and spirit immediately points towards intuition and awareness. The moon reminds us that not everything happening right now is visible on the surface. Emotions are high, information moves quickly, and it's easy to react without taking time to truly listen. The moon is asking us to pay attention to the deeper signals and to slow down and feel into what's actually true. Then the Lord steps in with the message about leadership. Peace often requires courage and responsibility from those in positions of power. The Lord represents the ability to lead with authority while still considering the greater good. The guidance here is that real leadership requires wisdom, restraint, and clarity. The Medicine Mother brings the conversation back to care and compassion. Healing energy is needed in moments like this, not just politically or strategically, but emotionally and spiritually. The Medicine Mother is reminding us that humanity moves towards peace when empathy is not forgotten. Then the Sky Father appears, and the feeling becomes larger than any single event or decision. Spirit is reminding us that even when situations feel unpredictable, there are always forces working towards balance and resolution. So, trusting the process doesn't mean ignoring the problems. It means remembering that change and recalibration are always part of the human story. And finally, the Star Ancestor closes the message with something deeply personal. The voice of the soul matters. Each person has an inner compass guiding them towards compassion, integrity, and truth. When people listen to that inner guidance instead of fear or anger, the path towards peace becomes more clear. So, in this spread, the guidance is layered. We're being asked to listen deeply, lead wisely, and remember compassion, to trust that balance can be restored, and to follow the voice of the soul rather than the noise of the fear. What is the highest outcome Spirit wants the collective to focus on in the coming weeks? We received Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Stag, trust and thrive. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And Summer, bask in joy and light. As I sit with this question, the energy is feeling hopeful. The Mirror Guardian comes forward first, asking us to reflect on ourselves as much as we reflect on the world around us. Collective change often begins with individual awareness. Spirit is reminding us that the way that we respond to difficult times matters. and that reflection helps us act with intention instead of reaction. Then the stag appears, bringing a sense of quiet confidence. The stag represents dignity and strength, and the ability to move forward with grace, even when the circumstances are challenging. Spirit is encouraging people to trust that they can navigate what lies ahead. The warrior adds another layer of courage, but this courage isn't about aggression, it's about integrity. It's about standing firm in what's right, protecting the vulnerable, and refusing to let fear turn into hatred. And then the summer card closes the message with warmth. Summer represents light, growth, and a reminder that difficult seasons do not last forever. Spirit is encouraging us to hold on to hope and to remember that moments of joy, connection, and healing are going to return. The highest outcome to focus on is this: reflection, courage, integrity, and the belief that brighter days can still emerge even from difficult chapters. And finally, what is the message that Spirit wants each person to take into their heart today, especially those feeling overwhelmed or hopeless? We received Sun, enjoy success and happiness. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And Winter, take care of your needs. As I sit with this final message, the energy is softening immediately. The sun appears first, and it feels like Spirit is placing warmth directly into the heart. Even in times of uncertainty, light still exists. Moments of happiness, kindness, and success are still possible. The sun is reminding us that hope is not naive, it's necessary. The water guardian comes in next, encouraging emotional honesty. Love, it is okay to feel sadness, fear, or worry when the world feels heavy. Emotions are not weaknesses, they're part of being human. The message here is to allow those feelings to move through rather than to suppress them. Then the heart guardian steps forward with a very tender reminder. Love is still the strongest force available to us. Supporting one another, offering compassion, and staying connected to the people who matter most helps keep the heart open even during difficult times. And finally, the winter card closes the reading with a message of care. Winter is a season of rest and protection, and Spirit is encouraging people to tend to their own needs, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because when the world feels overwhelming, it is okay to slow down, to step back, and to take care of yourself. The message to hold into your heart today is this: light still exists, your emotions are valid, love is powerful, and caring for yourself is part of caring for the world. My loves, thank you so much for staying with me through this reading. What came through today wasn't a message of fear or prediction. It was a message about resilience, awareness, and compassion. Spirit reminded us to stay focused instead of scattered, to remember the strength that runs through our ancestors, to trust our intuition when the world feels confusing, and to hold on to compassion and wisdom even when emotions are high. Most importantly, they remind us that even during these difficult moments, humanity still carries light. People are still choosing courage, kindness, and connection. And those choices are shaping the future more than we often realize. I would love to hear what resonated with you or what you felt during this reading. Let me know in the comments. I enjoy reading everything you have to say and getting the chance to connect with you. As always, remember that this was a collective reading, so trust your intuition and only take what resonates. Leave anything that doesn't. And if you ever want to explore your own questions or situations, I offer private tarot and pendulum readings through my Etsy shop. You can find the link in the pinned comment below and in the video description. And my love, if you're feeling overwhelmed, Take the final message from this reading with you. Stay connected to your heart. Allow yourself to feel what you feel and take care of your spirit the same way you would take care of someone you love. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll meet you in the comments.